get a little bit of time at home, you don't really want to scrape as much, but you just want to practice that kind of knee touching. So if you put a pillow down wherever the knee's going to make impact to the floor at home, that kind of helps that continuous kind of dropping of the knee. When I'm here though, what I'm not doing is I'm not trying to drive my knee all the way to hell. Okay, it's just touching. So eventually when we start doing this and you watch high level wrestlers, the knee's not really touching, it just kind of gives it a kiss or it just skims, and in some cases like high level wrestlers the knee doesn't even touch, so it's the knee that's dropping. They've got that switch so quick that it doesn't even touch the floor. But if you just remember, like the end goal is not to have your hands down. We might need this to start off with, but like my toes are a bit banged up as well at the moment, so this is why it's looking a bit rubbish on that side. Yeah, as soon as that knee touches, this foot needs to come back up. Okay. If we get that from today, I'll be really happy, because this is going to give us lots of different options. Okay, so when this knee goes down, back knee comes up. Yep, and I'm trying to stay straight. Okay, from an MMA point of view as well, protect your face. It sounds silly, but as we're shooting in, we're usually shooting in at knee level. So you can mistime this pretty bad and get kneed. I have many times fighting, but it's one of those that if there's something to kind of cushion, and as long as we keep that drive continuous, eventually we're going to connect with the legs and be able to take them down. Okay. So what we're going to look at next is from a little higher, and this is where we have to be a little bit careful of the knees. Okay, because of the momentum, we're going to end up kind of dropping our knee down with a little bit of impact. Now, because the mats are quite nice, it should be fine. Okay. If we're on like thinner mats, I'd probably get knee pads, you know, cushions and all sorts out just as we're developing this skill. So from here, first thing we're going to do is change the level. Okay, and then this knee drops, this knee comes up and I stand. Okay, so change the level first. It's really important we always change the level, because what we don't want to do is start trying to drop our knee down there. It's going to be really difficult to do it. Okay, so change the level first, knee drops, this back leg comes up. Okay, so probably a little bit quicker. So here, yeah. You see how I'm going on that angle, same as the penetration step. I'm always taking my partner where it's not the easiest way for them to move. Okay, so let's give that a go. 1, 2, 3. I need to drive into him to get the takedown. Okay, so if I just drop, I have to, from this position, generate power and momentum forward. Okay, which is going to be really hard, isn't it? Yeah, because now I'm having to kind of do a lot of work on the front part of my hip to start chasing after him. Okay, so when the knees go into the penetration step and I've changed the level, everything else at that point is forward. Okay, the only time we drop down is to change level. Okay, everything else that we do is with forward momentum. Okay, so when I'm here, yeah, everything else is forward. So here, yeah, everything else pop and forward. Okay, so last couple of goes and then we're going to have a little practice at that. But go slow, because if you can do it slow, as soon as we turn the notch up a little bit, it's going to be so much easier. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. But it's like different brain. So I'm going to bring his posture down a little bit because I want him to lift up. Okay, so as I kind of pull down, remember that little drill we were doing when we're snapping down and moving our feet? This is it, okay? In wrestling and even in fighting, yeah, I'm going to take that around and boom, clip him and pull him down. Yeah, hopefully he has that reaction to kind of come straight back up. As soon as he does that, I'm going to push him up a little bit. Yeah, so here, push, change my level. Everything else at this point is one continuous movement. Okay, and again, we're going diagonally backwards, not straight back. So here, pull, feel that momentum going up, push a little bit, in, drive, and that head, see that head's always up. Okay, my ear is attached to his side, like say with the penetration step into here. Yeah, and my head's looking up. Ear attached, head looking up. Right, so we go 1, 2, 5, bringing that leg up is to get the drive. Okay, so it is really important that we're not doing something slightly different where this outside foot doesn't go into that position, because that's your driving leg. So like when we do the penetration step, yeah, and we go in, that's our driving leg, isn't it? Because we've put all our weight and we've loaded that leg up. Exact same thing here. This also gives us an option if we kind of mistime this and a person starts sprawling on us a little bit. So when I get into this position here, pull down, shoot up, yeah, and I start shooting through and you start sprawling. If I keep my legs in this position, yeah, that sprawl's going to be awful, so I won't hit it. Oh, shit, okay, so that's not a fun sprawl. And it doesn't help us with our posture, does it? You know, trying to fight like that in this desperation position. Done it many times. Sometimes it's worked. A lot of the time I've been sprawled on. It's not good. So having that kind of change of level, drive in, knee in the middle, and then leg on the outside. Those three things will keep you in a good position where even if they sprawl a little bit or block, we've got options. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do now, Jay's going to just stick his hand out like a jab. Okay. I'm going to shoot from this position. So as well as clinching for a double leg, we're probably going to shoot from the outside to get a double leg to avoid punches. Okay, so there's my marker in. So now I need to step in a bit though before I go through. Okay, so I can't just drop my knee. If I just drop my knee, it's going to be just before his toe line. So change the level, penetration step, drive, pull on the outside. Okay, head looking up. So now, if I keep his hips nice and close, and he tries to sprawl, he's got real problems. And that's before I start driving off this foot to take him diagonally that way. Okay? So attach yourself, keep your ear nice and tight to the body, look up to the sky, yeah, and keep those legs nice and close to you. Okay? So I'm down. Okay, there's the marker. Penetration step, drive, stay nice and tight. Okay, once we get to this position, I still want you to drive off. Okay, let's not form some bad habits. Alright, I'm doing this nice and slow, but once I'm attached, that's the drive off to then look for my double leg. Okay, so let's give that a go. 1, 2, 3. Double leg is what we call blaster takedown. So even though we've done loads of really cool stuff where we've changed our level, we've shot in, we've got that continuous movement going forward as soon as our level's changing and the shot's going. We brought this outside leg on the outside so we can drive off to then look for this massive cool takedown. Yeah, but that takes a little bit of time to develop and get used to. The one that I still use as kind of one of my defaults, especially when I'm tired. You know, you're in the middle of a fight, you just need a break from being punched in the face, you want to take them down to slow the pace down or whatever reason. This is my go-to, which is called the blaster takedown. Okay, so the hand position is a little bit more, a little bit lower. So whereas I may go just above his bum, or I might go to kind of the top part of his, sorry, the middle part of his thigh, I'm going to go both hands to the knees. Okay, still doing the same stuff with my legs though. Okay, so he sticks his hand out, penetration step, step through, and now as I drive, I'm driving to him. Okay, so I'm still dropping the knee and stuff, but the legs should come on the outside. So through, in, and drive. Yeah, and posture straight up with the hands on the back. Okay, it's not a refined technique, it's certainly not going to score you any points on the world's greatest technique in the world championship, if that even is a thing, but it gets the fight to the mat. Okay, so without the hand, yeah, I've got my stance, I'm in my boxing range, which is usually the same as my blaster range. So change level and drive. Posture up, okay? Get into this habit early. Don't have your hands on the mat. If my hands are on the mat, what am I controlling? Nothing. Nothing. That's right, yeah, thank you. I'll go mid nothing then. Okay, my hands are on the belly, I'm controlling his posture and his ability to start pulling me down into a tighter guard, so Bretman guard. Well, into all these positions. Okay, so let's just give that a go. Blaster takedown. People who have been taken down, break fall. Yeah, do not post your arm. Okay, guard pass him straight away. Okay, so whichever one you want to do, whether it's the outside or inside. This is inside because we're inside. Okay, so pull down, he lifts up, change level, blaster takedown, step down, take those guard, I've got good posture. From here, L shape, break the guard, combat base, knee over pass, underhook, back step, sprawl. Then we're going to go mount, He's going to reverse me with a trap and roll. Or she. Boom. And then reset and go again. Okay, so you can remember all of that just from that one demonstration. Now we're going to go around, guys, and we'll help out. So get blasted takedown, yeah, get good posture, and then if you get stuck, just give one of the coaches a shout. Yes, sir. Have you got a question, Alec?
No, I was going to get my head.
Okay, like Jay's kind of sprawled on me a little bit, or he's just taking his bum out like this little motion here can actually stop the takedown quite a bit. There's a thing called a hip bump, so like when they shoot in, so you shoot nice and steady. So I take the bum back, but then I push my hip forward. That kind of kills some of their momentum, especially if they've stopped part way through their shot. That's a really good way of kind of stopping them. Okay, but we obviously need to know if someone does stop us, so even body shoots in, and I just take my bum back a little bit, and I might have this hand in this position. What do we do next? Okay, so Jay's got his penetration step here. His foot is just about to step on the outside. Okay, so he steps his foot on the outside, and it's at this point that we have some really good switches. Okay, so let's just switch on that. Oh, that's sorry. Terrible video this is going to be. Okay, so I shoot in, I get into his position, I start driving, but something's happened. So his bum's back, that foot's posted. It's going to be really hard to get away with just that blasted takedown, or even get my drive. So this leg's going to come on the outside. Okay, once this leg's on the outside, it's really easy to switch. Okay, with my head, I'm actually going to take my head away and I'm going to look over here. You can grind your nose across the hip and stuff like that if you want to stay connected. But just for the first couple, you might want to lift away a little bit. Okay, this knee's going to drop, this knee's going to lift. Okay, so we call it a switch. So I've shot in, he stopped me, yeah, I can't get my momentum going again to get the drive. Even with his foot, I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to get his feet moving to go for my takedown. So I'm going to switch. So I drop my knee and switch, okay? Then from this position, this is where I can go for a single leg and bring the leg in between mine, okay, with the head on the inside. Okay, we're just going to have a little practice at that. So here, shoot, hit. And then pick that leg up. Okay? Make sense? Mm-hmm. Yep. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I have a really good question around why do we want the legs straight and in between legs. So if I go for a single leg here, if Jay has the ability to kind of bring his heel towards his bottom, this is where you see his defensively, this is where he can start creating space. This is where he can start pulling on the inside, he can start pushing my head, he can start doing all this kind of stuff, and then eventually he can stamp his foot back into there. That's what we want to prevent. We want to prevent their ability to bring the heel towards the bum, and then that's going to stop the stamp, it's going to stop them being able to clear our body so they can get hooks or push on the head and that kind of stuff. To keep the legs straight, now years of doing wrestling, once I get into a single leg position, I can pretty much get the leg in between my legs without too much thought, just because I've got like this little bit of a whip. As we're developing the skill set though, what really helps is if we go kind of more the upper part of the calf as opposed to the knee. Okay, so when I go for my single leg here, I'm going to place my hand on the top part of this calf to keep it straight. Okay, so this is just going to help with that single leg position. Alright, so just have a couple more goes, but just make sure that leg's straight. And when we end up in that single leg position here, yeah, and we've lifted up, stick your head to here, okay, just on the inside. And just see how they should hop around a little more when you do that. Alright, give it a go. 1, 2, 3. Everyone's trying. We're just moving. We're just swimming. Everyone's okay. Listen to the super sounding voice of my voice. Fight! Put your hooks in the hook. underhooks. Focus on the underhooks. Driving people around is okay, but underhooks are king or queen, depending on preference. Last time, get it back. Get out. Take it back. Okay? Or pick the leg. Now once the leg's off the mat, we stop. Okay? We're not taking people down, we're just lifting the leg off the mat. Okay? So you can double under to win, you can take the back to win, or you can pick a leg up to win. Does that make sense?